first question is from Bell, and he asks if I can give him smoke grenade advice. I was thinking about making a tutorial or guide on smoke grenades, how to use them, where to throw them, when you should throw them, stuff like that, and give visual examples. I really don't think I can explain when it's right to use them and wrong to use them in just text. So if you want to see that video, or if you want it to be made, just post in the comment section below requesting it. And the second portion of his comment says that he has difficulty shotgunning on certain maps like Raid, Carrier, and Cargo. Never, never shotgun on Carrier. It's not possible. Just don't try it. Even with the KSG, it's pushing it. Just don't do that. Cargo, it's possible. Maybe with the KSG. I don't think it's possible with Saiga or M12. Those aren't good enough for that map. R870 could work, but I don't know. And Raid, you can do it, but the thing is, you need to know where to go and where you shouldn't go. Alright, the second question is by Peacock, and he asks if there's people on my team who don't play objective, what do I do? Well, I have to play a lot differently if there's people on my team that refuse to cap flags. I probably have to stay around B a lot more than I would like instead of rushing up and getting the third flag. And if I do rush up and get the third flag, most likely what would happen is they would spawn at our home flag, they would cap our home flag, and while I'm running for that third flag, they would also rush to B, meaning that they would have the advantage afterwards. So I think when you're playing with teammates that aren't as good, you probably want to just double cap for most of the time and not go for the third flag. Tetsuya asks, what is my first COD game? My first Call of Duty was MW2. I played that in January of 2010. And he also asked me for a custom class that should be in the beginning of the video when I show you my custom classes. So I hope you enjoy that. The next question is by Bansoko, and he asks, how long do I play Black Ops 2 every day? Sometimes I don't touch the game at all, or maybe play for 30 minutes, and other days I play for maybe 2 to 3 hours depending on how much fun I'm having. So it really varies. Alright, the next question is by Hero, and he asks, if I'm playing against people who are using ARs and LMGs, what do I do when I'm using a shotgun? It doesn't really bother me too much when they do that, because I know where to go and where not to go on the map, where people usually spawn, where they usually like to sit, stuff like that. But if I ever find myself trapped with a shotgun, I always have my Semtex or smoke to rely on, and in some cases, if I know that they're going to be playing like this, I'll just pick up a secondary early on, and it should be fine, it won't be a problem. I think this has to be my favorite question, asked by 808. Do you like Bakemonogatari? Yes, I do. I love that show. And which character do you like best? I think, Senjo Kahara. I think so. But I like them all. They're all nice characters, I think. And they all have their role in the show. Nikuru asks, do I watch my minimap before I call on an orbital VSAT? Yeah, I do. So you know where the enemy team is spawning based on your position and your teammates' positions. And is there any difference defined where people are with or without UAV? I generally know where people are without a UAV, because people usually run the same paths when they spawn. So I check those areas. A UAV is a confirmation if somebody's in a general area or not, and a VSAT is basically like you don't even have to predict at that point, you know where everybody is, so it makes things a lot easier. This is a pretty good question. Hero asks, what do you think is the key to becoming successful in this game? And I think the key is practice. You have to put time in anything if you want to be good at it. But the second part of this question is somewhat interesting. I know many people play this game like every day, but some people never get better. And what I have to say to that is, you have to learn from your mistakes. You can practice every single day, but if you don't correct what you're doing wrong and learn from that, you're not going to go anywhere. So I think if you want to get better, just go review what you're doing if you felt that you didn't do something properly, and find a way to fix that, so if it ever happens again, it will have a different outcome. Gomekopan asks, do I use a scuff controller? Yes, I have a scuff controller, but I learned to play claw before I had one, so I can jump shot just fine without it. I don't use FPS Freaks because I think it feels weird and doesn't help out too much. My monitor is a Samsung. I'm not too sure about the exact model number. I'll probably post on the screen for you, and my headset is the Astro A40. So this guy's second question was pretty good as well. He asks, what do you think about people who don't care about the team win, but instead focus on KD or SPM? I don't like these people. When they're on your team, they don't do anything at all. They don't contribute objective-wise. They only play for their personal game. And when you play against them, you learn that they're actually pretty average, and they abuse everything they can in the game to make themselves look better than they actually are. And if you have to play for a stat like that, it doesn't really mean anything. Palanga asks, is it possible for you to win a game of domination by yourself with teammates who are negative and don't play objective? It's definitely possible, but your work will be cut out for you. To help you, you could use some streaks such as Hellstorm, Lightning, and when you hop on flags, you can use equipment such as smoke or trophies. I think those will help out a ton. And if you want to, or if you have the option to, I recommend getting one other person to play with, so you have that one other man on the flag to help you fend the other team off while you're capping it. Itigo asks, is there any specific training to improve the FPS games? I don't think there is. I think it's just a lot of practice, and on top of that, you need to learn from your mistakes. If you don't do that, you're not going to go anywhere. Classes are another important thing, but since everybody plays differently, I don't think that my classes would help you out, but I recommend that you should try different perks, different guns out, till you find one that suits you, and then you build off of that. This guy asks if I like zombies. Within the past week, I think I've been playing zombies more than multiplayer. If you guys haven't tried out Mop the Dead and Buried, I recommend them. Both of them are amazing maps, and they're even more fun to play with friends. I think that will be about it for all the questions today. I am sorry if I couldn't get to a few, and I also apologize if the quality of the audio or commentary was lacking. This is my first ever. But if I do get some good feedback, I might get better equipment, and I might decide to commentate more often to improve. Maybe for a few guides or something like that. I probably won't commentate for every single video, because I don't want to annoy the person that's helping me translate. They're already helping me out a ton. But I think that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.